One day we had to all pack up and go. And I remember the soldiers with trucks pulled up to the house, and they were with horns and yelling, everybody out. You can only take whatever you can carry in your hands. And everybody was grabbing bundles wherever we could, a few bit of clothes and so on. And we were lined up, thousands of people in a line and walking towards the outskirts of the city. There was a brick factory. They made bricks down there. It must have been, I would say, about 10 kilometers. And we all marched there with bundles, old and young, and dragging all that stuff whoever could. Some people didn't know what to bring. Some people were dragging chairs and other stuff, their valuables, whatever they had. And we were in that brick factory for about 3 months, until one night we were all loaded onto cars, those railroad cars, cattle cars, you may call it. They were packed in there like sardines. We were all stood up, and we all had to sit down at the same time, sort of. It was so packed. It was terrible, terrible trip. You know, kids, people, families, old people, and children who had never been together with strangers, and people were sick. They were, you know, there was no toilet facilities. The smell was terrible. People had no way of going. You can imagine what had happened there, and it was, people were throwing up from the smell and from other type of sicknesses wherever they developed during this type of tightness, being everybody breathing on you. It was just terrible. It was agonizing, and we couldn't see out. The doors were locked. The windows were very high, so nobody could see out where we were going, which way, who, what. And it was, we were just being shooken back and forth with a train, switched to one, probably locomotive to another, or railroads and whatnot. Finally, when we arrived to Auschwitz, must have been early in the morning, it was dawn. And then, so the first time they opened the big doors of the railroad cars, and we saw people with striped suits. I thought they were wearing pajamas. I just didn't realize where it was. But what we did see is big chimneys with fire shooting right through it. They must have eventually, I realized those were the crematoriums. Later I knew what they were, but at that time I just didn't know what it was. And there were long cams with barbed wires, and they were unloading us, and everyone was yelling, "Schnell, schnell," whatever that meant at the time. You know, we didn't speak any German.